Hi fam, welcome to my channel, All Things Most Fabulous. As you know, it's your girl Musa, and today we are doing a feature on men, telling us their definition of what a man is to them, and following few questions after that. So I am very privileged and very honored to, to feature them on my channel, and thank you guys so much for allowing yourselves to be vulnerable and open to the world, or whoever is going to receive this message. May it bless each and every one. And if you like it, give it a massive thumbs up. If you don't, tell me why. And leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. That'll be whatever that means. So do enjoy this video before I blab a lot. Love.
A man to me is a provider, someone that lead by example. Yeah, in so many words that I can think of now.
Okay, so a provider and the man that leads,
Yes.
right?
A person or a man who is in touch with his community. So I think that is the simplest term that I can define it. It's just that you are completely in touch with who you are, so that's mentally, physically, emotionally, and even physically, you are in touch.
Okay.
Definition of a man to me. I think the definition of a man to me is, I think, a man who represents Christ. And so I think somebody who knows how to take responsibility, but is also compassionate. Yes, a man is a leader, but I believe he also has to be a servant leader, so he must serve in your leadership. So I think there is, in my opinion, no exact definition of a man, but I believe if you are, as a man, being as Christ-like as possible, then I think in that you will become who you are then, a man.
Okay.
I think for me, a man is, let me say this. When I was growing up, I thought being a man was somebody that had a lot of women, had a lot of money. I think one of my dreams and desires was to be a man that would always have flashy cars and show off how much money he's got and how much women he's got. But when I came to the realization after being, encountering God, I realized that being a man is actually being a person that is, first of all, faithful to God and faithful to one woman, and also being faithful with what God has entrusted in me. So what happened to me was I started realizing that being a man is being responsible. Being a man is being able to be a protector, provider, and somebody that is able to, just show his family that they are safe and they are able to trust him, because of his decisions are not based on just a wild idea of what a man is, but centered in the Word of God. So what happened to me? I stopped making excuses, and then I started being very deliberate in discovering what makes a man. And I think living out a value-driven life, a life that is got godly principles, is got godly values, is what turned me into the man I am today. I'm not perfect, don't get me wrong, but I've got a desire and I'm determined to become this man that will be a leading example, first of all, to his family. I have a deep desire that my son becomes a better man than me. And I think that through that is by leading by example and having a value-driven life.
My example with Jesus growing up, coming from a Christian family, of course, I didn't see that model for my father being a man, but knowing Christ as a young kid, going to church with my mom, just imitating Christ, being humble, whatever you do. And my mom is telling me, be humble, really, that you do. Be a role model to other kids, don't fight, don't do this in the street, don't do drugs and stuff like that. So abstain from such things, it made me who I am today.
I think a man is a person who provides for his family, a person who's there for his family, whether it is not only financially but emotionally also. I have a wife and two kids, so I know how demanding it can be. So helping my wife, giving her the emotional and the moral support with the kids helps a lot. So she's always grateful and thankful for that. So I think the definition of a man should be ultimately be supportive, um, yeah, and all around just support emotionally, mentally, physically, financially. Yeah, that's I think is a
Man is a male figure, a creation of God. A man is one who hears directly from God. A man is a protector, a man is a lover, and a man is a giver. A man is one who works and provides for those that surround him and those that are under his care.
Not an expert on being male, apart from that I am a man. But I think personally, I feel that a real man lives not for himself. A real man is willing to lay down his life for the well-being of others, whether those others be his loved ones, whether it be weaker ones. So I think part of being a man is being courageous, is taking responsibility. It's being willing to lay down your life for someone else. I'm not saying that a woman can't be these things either, but I think a part of maybe inherent manliness or inherent calling of man is to step up, to have a vision, to have a passion for something, for righteousness. So yeah, I think part of it is actually taking responsibility for people around you, or if I can say underneath you. Yeah, and I think it was Edwin Louis Cole. He's a writer. He wrote Maximized Manhood. He said something like real manliness is Christ-likeness. And as a Christian, I definitely look to Jesus Christ as a perfect example of a man who was humble, who was self-controlled, who came from a position of utmost power, being the Son of God, but he did not cling to that. He humbled himself. He became a servant. He was willing to lay down his life to save his bride. I mean, we as his church, the bride. And I think that's part of what being a man is really taking up that responsibility, that vision, and also I think part of it is also being willing to work hard, being willing to persevere, being willing to make effective use of your talents.
I have 3 children.
Yes.
Right? So I need to be that example to my children. I find myself to be an example to my children.
Yes.
Whereas providing is concerned, for the last year I've been praying to God a lot to be able to put me in a position that I can be able to provide for my family. And we have a faithful Father.
Yes.
And even though times were tough, He answered our prayers in His time. And today I can sit here and say, yes, I fulfill that role. I can provide for my family.
Awesome, awesome.
So I was saying that to me, society tries to box you and tries to limit you to be in touch with who you are, your authentic you.
Yeah.
So specifically, for example, let's use the emotional aspect. Society would limit a man not to be completely in touch with his emotions because that's regarded for women only. However, our entire makeup is holistic, so it's emotional, it's mental, it's physical, it's spiritual, and therefore I think as a man one should not fear to be in touch with your entire being. And also then you should not also be conformed or influenced negatively by society to conform to those standards.
Okay.
In my life, I think I am continually striving towards that. I do believe that every day I'm doing my best.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not perfect, and so I may make a mistake here and there, but I do believe, like in the decisions that I've made, that every day I'm really trying my best to live according to that. And so in that sense, I guess I'm trying to get in line with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone that you looked up to? Was there any father figure that you would learn all these traits, these good traits? Because now, from what you just told me, your past versus the present or your reality.
Yeah, it is strange that I grew up in a dysfunctional family, so things I was taught was humanizing, violence, lying, cheating, those are the things I was taught. So I didn't learn from anyone. I first came to know about this when I became a Christian. That's when I realized that there is a different value to very life. But the big experience also of becoming a man was when I looked at my responsibility towards my wife and my children and realized that if I don't have a value-driven life, I won't be able to teach my children what is good and what is bad. So nobody taught me, but when I came to church, when I started working with men that put God first, then I started realizing that there is more to being a man than material things, than women, money. And I realized that it is being centered in God and being faithful, being trustworthy, having integrity. That is the essence of a man to me.
Okay. So you're saying that you are living that reality now, or you're striving to become Christ-like?
I am living and striving at the same time.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. It's you don't learn one day until you go down.
Yes.
Or you go to heaven.
Yes.
Yes. I always quote Paul as well.
Yeah.
The apostle, like, I mean, it's a race we need to run. So, like him, as a man, he was running a race to be Christ-like. And he was saying, no, I'm not even there yet. So I'm looking at Paul and I'm thinking like, hey, we have to run this race.
Well, the reality is I strive to always become, or always be a better man. And I'm not just saying this because you interview me, but the reality is that I do. I try to be there for my wife, emotionally support her, and financially obviously also. I know how important it is to financially and emotionally support your spouse or your partner. It takes a big load off from them. Like I said, I have 2 kids that's very demanding, that needs attention all the time. So I have a 1 and 2-year-old, and I'm at work all day, so I can only imagine what my wife goes through with the 2 of them. So when I come home, I try to support her, taking over, playing with the kids and being there for them and supporting them. And it gives my wife a bit of a break, so that she can do whatever she has to and just unwind and bring her back to reality and just bring her back to herself. So so what if my definition of a man? I think I try to live up to the reality. But there's always obviously room for improvement. You can never be a perfect man. We all have our faults and so we always strive to be. Yeah.
Okay. Firstly, I come from a house where my father and mother were divorced at, I think I was 3 years old that time. And my mother then got married to our stepfather. And it was a very abusive relationship. And we always, my brother and myself, always told each other that we will never be that example of a man to our wives and our children. And what I can take from the bad example that was there was the good in it, so that we are, and to answer your question, no one taught us that.
Yeah.
We discovered the bad, we saw the bad, was exposed to the bad, and we wanted to be the good
Yeah.
from that. And that's why we are today.
So to answer the first part, I do think that it is something that should not only just be taught but modeled as well.
Yeah.
So in my own specific context, that was something that was absent. So for me, understanding manhood was a concept that was foreign. So my point of reference was society.
Yeah.
And so what society dictated and taught and influenced, I used that as the model in terms of what a man should be. But I do think the influence and the change for me in terms of where I'm heading towards now. So I've come to learn that society has many flaws in terms of what they dictate a man should be. And so I have discovered a truth that supersedes society. And I have discovered all the more that as I follow this truth, that this truth is actually the real man who I was meant to be.
Okay.
That necessarily comes naturally. I think we're always, whatever we know is always taken from our surroundings. And so nothing really comes naturally. Whatever you are is because you have seen around you and you're kind of representing what you've learned, whether consciously or like unconsciously. And so in that sense, I think for me, I learn a lot from men around me. Especially as somebody who grew up without a father in the house. I think I'm always kind of observant of men who are close to me, who I believe are worthy of observing.
Yeah.
And so I take,
bits and
pieces. And then outside of that, my base is really like the word, the Bible. So I think anybody who is outside of what I believe is God, then that's not somebody I'll follow. But if I believe that this person is somebody who really tries to live Christ-like, then that's somebody who I would like learn from and observe. And so I think, I've taken bits and pieces from different men who have been in my life and what I like. And so I think, I really don't think there's anything natural. I think we're always acting out what we have been taught through what we see, what we experience, or what we actively try to learn.
Yeah.
So I think we should always be aware of what we surround ourselves with, because that kind of becomes what we do.
Love that. How do you then know that Christ lives like this, or this is what you want to be when you're saying you want to become Christ-like? So who teaches you to become a man, or is it something that is natural to you?
I believe it's him as well. I mean, the Holy Spirit, because he lives in us. I mean, as the Bible says, I mean, even before the born in our mother's womb, already the Spirit started manifesting itself. So I believe in like genetic. Yes, our parents, like my dad, I'm sure there was something in him, that was passed on. But even though he didn't know, like to teach me, I mean, you need to go this way, you need to teach a woman this way. I just found that yes, it is natural, but the Christ in me is the one who directs us in this part.
That's powerful. Okay.
I can say for myself, I do have some of the qualities of the ideal man that I just mentioned of. But as a human being, I aspire and each and every day work towards being that man.
I think also, like I said, courage and I think strength. We know that men generally are physically stronger than women generally, and I think that's also part of who we can be. Is there's some kind of strength, whether it's a moral strength, integrity, whether it's emotional strength, being able to stay calm in chaos, and also physical strength in terms of labor or just kind of physically standing in the gap for the wife or the kids. Or people in society that needs that someone to stand there in the gap. So I think that's part of being a man.
I think it probably comes naturally, and why I say naturally is because it's how we grow up, or how we grew up also, or how we've been nurtured by our parents. I come from a very strict background. My parents were extremely strict. And the important thing that they instilled in us, or myself, was firstly respect your elders, and with respect you can go a long way. There's so many doors that open when you have respect for each other. So and then yeah, so it's things that obviously comes naturally when you grow up in an environment where your parents try to do the best that they can for you. I mean, all parents do. They want the best for their children, for their kids, and and yeah, so it comes naturally, I think, yes. And obviously, again, there's room for improvement. We try to better ourselves all the time, but the foundation also important. Foundation, and when I speak about foundation, I go back to my parents again, instilling those values and behaviors and morals in me and my siblings.
Yeah, respect, humbleness,
Mm-hmm.
and a good listener because I'm married for 5 months, 6 months. So, yeah, we need to listen.
And
3 qualities of a good man.
yes.
If I think of manhood and qualities, I cannot but think of I was making a reference to truth, and the truth that I'm making a reference to is the person of Jesus Christ. And I think that first character that he has come to demonstrate was using the towel. And the towel for me is the servant type of leadership that one should strive for. That servant leadership shouldn't just be within the context of the corporate world or within an organization. It shouldn't just be within the context of amongst men. But that quality of servant leadership and servant heart should be within your own immediate family. It should be even amongst women. And so there's almost no differentiation in terms of how we model this servant leadership. So men tends to, society, in the rephrase, men society tends to believe that servant leadership and the way you implement that, it is predominantly for the woman. But I'm of a different view because I believe that the biblical view says, servant leadership is for men and for women. And so therefore, that's a strong characteristic for me. And the motive for serving becomes critical as well. That you're serving with authenticity. You're serving for an audience, not for yourself, not for the person, but it's actually for the glory of God. And so the second part is authenticity, and in that authenticity there's got to be a real heartfelt sincereness about what you're doing. So yeah, I think those are the 3 things. It's servant leadership, the second one is the authenticity, and the motive in terms of what drives you. And that's ultimately for God's glory. So it's not for yourself or for the person, but it's for His name.
Perfect.
Okay. I think 3 things. If I can make this one, I would say Christ-like nature. And I've said this a lot. But I believe somebody who is desiring to be Christ-like, that is a quality. I think somebody who is compassionate. I feel like this is kind of counter to what the world teaches as a man. But I believe a man should be compassionate always. And I think that is actually key. And then I think servanthood, which is also counter,
Christ-like.
or is tied to Christ-like. I think servanthood. And you can lead as a man, but from that perspective of being a servant leader, I think it's a much stronger leadership than the authoritative.
I was never taught to be a man. I got different ideologies of manhood, but I believe it's something that can be taught by leading by example.
When it comes to your question about where do I differ from that man, I would say I probably lack in the self-control department and maybe even in the hard-working department. So there's certainly times when maybe I'd be playing a computer game, wasting time on social media, instead of actually engaging with my wife and my kids and meeting their needs, even just for needs for me being present and engaging with them. So that's definitely that. I think also that vision and that passion, I think sometimes I lack a bit in that, and I'd like to trust God to see me grow in those areas as well. Yeah, and also really, of course, being willing to lay down my life for my loved ones, but also for people in society that need a voice, or that are in need of whatever. Um, yeah, so there's certainly some areas of growth.
So earlier, before we started this video, you were telling me the difference between a man and a boy. Can you just take me through that?
Yes. A boy makes excuses. They blame or they run to somebody when they have, issues, and they go and complain and they don't take responsibility for their actions. A man will take responsibility for his actions. So what a man does, and I think for me the big difference is where a boy thinks that being a man is having all these material things and having a flashy lifestyle and getting recognition. A man, on the other hand, realizes that his example and his values and his principles are what makes him a man. Okay? So you might not have a lot of money, but you're faithful. You might not have a lot of property, but you have integrity. And you find that boys will always try to show off through the money and the wealth they've got. I don't think that is being a man. I think when you have integrity and you're principled, you become more of a man than the person that is driven by the desires of the flesh. One of my biggest desires is that by the time I become 70, I'm 49 now, the time I get to 70, I would have gotten to a place where I'm so driven by these values that I'm not pushed by my flesh or desires, because this flesh will always want things that please it. But I want it to be a man that is self-controlled, a man that is good, kind, and all the biblical principles, because I know that is what makes a man. The problem is this. We are lied to when you watch politicians, when you watch other people, that being a man is having a lot of money. Being a man is having a lot of property. Being a man, those things are not wrong. Don't get me wrong. But if that is what is driving you to say that you're a man, then you're getting it wrong. God gives us wealth to be able to use it for the benefit of others. And the only way you can do that is when you become value-driven, when you become you're living out godly principles. It can't happen in any other form.
Yeah.
No way, it can't. And that is my desire, that I want to become a man that even in my 70s I'm able to still walk in integrity and faithfulness to those values and principles.
Wow, I'm not going to even ask you the last question because you just named it. Because the last question was name 3 qualities of a good man. And I mean, I think you've just said it: faithfulness, integrity.
And a value-driven life.
Yeah.
The values and principles are what drive me now, not the image that people want of a man. The image of a man is so distorted. They think the image of a man is being masculine, having a big wallet, driving a flash car. The men that I admire and the men that say I choose to be faithful, I choose to have integrity, I choose to be a man that walks and lives the values, the biblical values and principles.
So I do think, I mean, being born a man, I guess there's some inherent rough qualities that will come out. Let's say testosterone leading to more risk-taking and maybe more aggression, or maybe so maybe the physical aspect probably comes naturally. I can also interject here and say that I don't think being a man does not equal being macho, being mean, being aggressive. Even when it comes to a man appreciating a woman, I don't think we should expect a man just to excuse a man looking lustfully after women. I don't think that's acceptable. I think self-control and respect with regards to women is part of a real man. So I want to interject that there. So certainly, I think without God kind of shaping us as men, I think our natural inclination might be towards aggression, self-centeredness, laziness, lust. But I think firstly, God's Spirit can shape us and teach us and help us actually enable us to obey God's word. And then certainly, I think other male figures or mentors in my life has shaped and taught me to be a better man. I think about my own father, where he certainly taught me some qualities of humility and generosity and servanthood. But I think also other kind of good male figures, my pastor, my best friend Roy, there's certainly men I look up to who teach me, who learn me how to grow in qualities that are tough. It's not nice, it's not tough, it's not easy working harder or laying down your own needs for those of your wife and kids. So no, definitely I think good friends, older men in church or at work can certainly teach us different aspects of being a healthy males.
Okay. I still go back to the Bible.
Go, it's fine.
Yeah. Actually, there are three characters that's really challenging, give me that big challenge in life. Moses. God was spoke about him saying, he's a humble man. And I decided that him, how humble this guy was. God was all speaking with God, and most times he was humble. Yes, there are certain areas in his life, where some weaknesses, and according to the Bible as well, we learn from those mistakes as well. Then comes Israel, Jacob. Yeah, the guy with the 12 tribes, and that's where I look more like, as I grow up, am I going to create my own 12 tribes?
Sure.
And are they going to be humble before God? And are they going to be entrepreneurs, preachers, pastors, prophets? Then you're last is the apostle. I'm still running the race.
Yeah, I know. So basically being humble.
So probably in the three questions that you asked me, it's all in there. So respect goes a long way. So not only respect your elders or your friends or your whoever you come across, but it's important to respect your wife. It's the most important. Your children. So respect is one characteristic. Emotional support and support all around. Will it be again emotionally or again financially or physical support? But we have to be supportive, support your wife, which is important. That's a person you see every day. And the third characteristic would be to be there for each other, to be there for not only for your wife but for others also, to offer your services to them, and if they are a friend that's in need of whatever, whether it be they need financial support, you can help them, and hopefully the Almighty God will obviously grant you, or not grant you, or what's this thing?
Bless you.
Or bless you tenfold. So,
amen.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Zaish. Appreciate it.
A good man is firstly one who hears directly from God. A good man is a prayerful man. A good man is one who gives guidance. A good man is one who provides. A good man is one who takes care and loves those that surround him and are under his care. A good man is one who protects women. A good man is one who does not lay a hand even on a woman. Thank you.
Last comments. I realized that we perhaps grew up in a time when men were expected to be tough and to be able to do everything independently. Cowboys don't cry, you just suck it up and you get it done, or otherwise you're a loser. But I think we're realizing that to be a man does not mean that you are invincible, that you can or should do everything on your own, or that you can, that you should be tough enough not to need other guys or other people. I firmly believe that a real man is able to express his emotions, and even to acknowledge when he needs help, when you're struggling. And I think that's where men together can really support each other. Of course, with women and other people as well. But I think there's something when men get together that they can edify each other, they can help build each other's identity. So I definitely think being able to share your emotions is an important part of being a man. I also want to just say that maybe the typical idea of a man being macho, sporty guy, specific interest. I don't think that's not necessarily a real man, right? I mean, I think I grew up in a period as an Afrikaans guy where I wasn't interested in sport really. I was more interested in cultural stuff like choir and band and drama, and I actually really felt kind of ashamed of that for a great part. Kind of like quite a nerd as well. So I just want that's something that also we need to dispel, that you're not a man because of what you're interested in or because of what you do, even because of what job you do. I mean, you can be a musician and be an excellent man. So I think being a man is more about your character, right? About your values, and some of the things I mentioned earlier. But certainly, there's no such thing as a cookie cutter man, and I think we shouldn't expect young men to fit in a specific role in terms of they need to be good at this sport or they need to be really interested in that, or so I think there's room for different personalities, there's room for different interests, the different expressions of yourself, while still being a godly man. And I also want to say that you don't have to be married or a father to be a man. You can stand your shoes, and you can fulfill your call in this world as a man, and you don't have to feel ashamed if you're not whatever earning a huge salary, having a big car, married with 20 kids. But I do believe God has a special call for all the young men out there, and don't be ashamed of being sensitive or being different and still being a man. Okay.
Hi guys, so you heard it right here. Leave your comments down below and let me know what you think. If you want more videos like these, and what do you think of the boldness of our men? How amazing, how amazing, how amazing. I'm thoroughly blessed. And thank you once again, guys, for just taking the time off and just being vulnerable to us as your listeners. All right, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Love you loads. Stay tuned to Most Fabulous. Love you.